Welcome to the Aging Well Firefighter, the podcast for first responders, our families, and the communities we serve. Whether you're on the front lines or standing with us, I'm here to help you fight wisely and age bravely. There are a handful of holidays that feel truly American. The kind that define who we are and what we value. Mother's Day celebrates the women who raised us. Memorial Day honors sacrifice. Labor Day tips its hat to the men and women who keep this country running. And the 4th of July, that's the one that shouts our independence to the world. But all those days, every single one of them, trace their roots back to the very first truly American holiday, Thanksgiving. Because before there were presidents or flags or even 48 states to hang them in, there were just ordinary people giving thanks. Let's run a quick roll call of some uniquely American celebrations. Woodrow Wilson made Mother's Day official in 1914. President Truman signed Flag Day into observance in 1949. Lyndon Johnson made Father's Day official in 1966. And Memorial Day didn't become a federal holiday until 1971. But long before all of that, there was Thanksgiving. Without that early spirit of gratitude, faith, and freedom, it's hard to imagine any of those other holidays even existing. That first feast set the tone for something deeply American. Even in hardship, we pause to be thankful. Gratitude is how we remind ourselves that endurance alone isn't enough. Appreciation gives endurance purpose. Benjamin Franklin actually recorded part of that early Thanksgiving story in his autobiography. He wrote of a season when the settlers, worn by hunger and loss, considered declaring a day of fasting to mark their suffering. But then one farmer, a practical, calloused hand kind of man, stood up and said, "Why should we fast for what's gone wrong when we could feast for what's gone right?" He proposed a day of thanksgiving, modeled after the feast days of the Old Testament, a day to celebrate the blessings they still had even after all they'd endured. And from that one courageous change in perspective, from lament to gratitude, the first American holiday was born. Fast forward 3 centuries, and that same mindset is what carries many of us through hard seasons, especially in the emergency services. Who understands both hardship and gratitude better than first responders? We live in that tension every day, between calls, between chaos and calm. We miss dinners, we lose sleep. We see things most people can't imagine, and still, somehow, find a way to be thankful for crew, for purpose, for the chance to serve one more day. Gratitude in our world isn't a luxury. It's a survival skill. And maybe it's no coincidence that Benjamin Franklin's influence didn't end there. He's also credited with founding the first volunteer fire company in the colonies, a bucket brigade of 26 men in Philadelphia. No pay, no perks, just service. So in a way, Franklin gave us 2 enduring American traditions: the act of giving thanks and the act of serving others. That's why Thanksgiving might just be the firefighter's holiday. Think about it. Thanksgiving has all the hallmarks of a good shift. There's teamwork in the kitchen, organized chaos on the schedule, and just enough smoke in the air to make you wonder if somebody left the rolls in a little too long. But underneath all of that, there's camaraderie, a shared sense of purpose, and gratitude that we're here together to experience it. Now, not everyone gets to be home on Thanksgiving. Some of us carve turkey on a back table between calls. Some celebrate on a different day altogether, but the heart of it doesn't change. Gratitude isn't about circumstance. It grows right in the middle of chaos. But we learn to appreciate the small mercies. A quiet minute, a shared cup of coffee, a call that ends well. That is the heartbeat of Thanksgiving. Finding thanks even in the middle of life's mess. And here's where things come full circle. That same wisdom, seeing the good in front of us instead of only mourning what's been lost, was exactly what Franklin's farmer understood centuries ago. While others fasted for hardship, he feasted for gratitude. He didn't deny the struggle, but he reframed it. He chose to celebrate what they had, not mourn what they lacked. And today, science tells us he was onto something powerful. That act of gratitude, that decision to focus on abundance rather than loss, literally strengthens the brain's ability to recover from stress. When we practice gratitude, our brain lights up the regions that regulate emotion, releasing dopamine and oxytocin and serotonin, those steadying neurotransmitters, all the while calming cortisol, the stress hormone. That's a fancy way of saying gratitude changes the chemistry of how we handle chaos. Psychologists call it the broaden and build effect. Gratitude widens your view, helps you see possibility beyond the problem. It connects you to others and restores perspective. So when that farmer said, "Let's feast instead of fast," he wasn't just showing faith. He was demonstrating the very mindset that science now proves builds resilience. And the same principle still works for us today. Now, here are two quick ways to put it into practice today. First, name 3 specific things you're grateful for right now. Not general ideas, concrete details, like the warmth of your coffee, the reliability of your crew, the way your body still answers when the tones drop. And second, send one short message to someone who's had your back by text message or on Snapchat or Facebook DMs. Tell them what you appreciate about them. Both actions flip your mind from survival mode to connection mode. They focus your attention on what's working, not just what's hurting. And that's real resilience. Seeing clearly, staying centered, and serving with heart. So wherever you find yourself this Thanksgiving, here's my challenge to you. Take a breath. Look around the table, whether it's your family or your crew, and call out what you're thankful for out loud. Because gratitude changes the tone of the room. It changes how we lead, how we handle pressure, and how we remember why we serve in the first place. It's not about pretending everything's fine. It's about noticing that even when it isn't, there's still light worth being thankful for. From that first feast to Franklin's Bucket Brigade, to every firefighter, EMT, medic, dispatcher, and cop sitting watch this Thanksgiving, the thread is the same: faith. service, community, gratitude. So raise that turkey leg, that coffee cup, or that forkful of pie to the history of our calling and to the spirit of this original American holiday. Happy Thanksgiving, brothers and sisters. Stay safe, stay grateful, and keep the light burning. I want to thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. Remember, resilience starts with gratitude, and gratitude starts with awareness. I'm wishing you and yours a safe and restful and meaningful Thanksgiving. As always, fight wisely, age bravely,